The Miss Runway Supermodel Australia competition started in 2019 with 8 finalists. Come May 2021, 3 gorgeous ladies remain to finish the last stretch of the competition. One of them is our special guest today, crowned as the first ever Miss Runway Supermodel Australia. I had a quick chat with her and she shared with us her unforgettable experiences and challenges, especially what made her stay until the end despite the pandemic. Join us now and remember to hit the like and subscribe button. The glitz and glam is the fame, but it's the work backstage that makes the game. I'm Crystel and your host. Come with me behind the lens and watch their stories unfold. I met her for the first time in the Runway Academy workshop and training back in 2018, where she was still such a shy and reserved girl. Together with the 8 finalists, she showed the skills they learned from Runway Academy at the pre-finalist Runway Fashion Show, which was an event that supported the sustainable fashion designers in March 2019. A couple of weeks after came the peak of COVID-19, and with lockdowns coming out, the finals were delayed. Only 3 were left from 8 finalists, and one of them is now the first winner of Miss Runway Supermodel Australia 2021, Abrienne Macari.
Let's talk about getting to the venue and what it felt like for you. Did it come to the realization to you that it was finally the day of the event?
Yes, I think it started hitting me when Sandy started working it. When he took us around the stage to show us where we're walking, and it finally hit me, I was like, oh man, it's the day of the competition. It's finally here. All this hard work that I've put in, my family's put in, my supporters have put in, has been phenomenal, and I'm so excited to just it was more than hyped.
How did that runway feel for you? Because you had to go from like the makeup artist chair to the spotlight, down the stairs, then run the white runway, and then around the audience as well. How did that feel for you?
It was pretty exciting, but at the same time, it's being mindful of how much time you have with the makeup artist and how much time you have with the hairstylist before you have to get out there and show off your clothes.
Yeah. How much time do you actually have between categories?
Ooh, I'd say like a minute.
Oh my gosh, that's such a tight timing.
Yeah.
How did you change look so quick?
Well, I did leave on my stockings for a majority of it, so it's like less things to take off. And I just kept getting people backstage to unzip me, zip me up and help just bring everything around me.
Yeah.
It got a little overwhelming, but it wasn't nothing I couldn't take.
Yeah. So what was your team like up on that stage? Because obviously I think all you girls had like a set makeup artist on that stage. How many did you have?
I had 2. So I had, I forgot the names now, it's been a while. I had one makeup artist and one hairstylist throughout the night, and they just worked on it.
That's such you must have developed such a good relationship with them throughout that night.
Yeah.
What was it like just having a team that you could go to during that whole night?
It was more comforting in a sense. It made the night a lot more comfortable than waiting for a makeup artist to be available.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. How did you go over the overwhelming feeling of the competition?
Well, I ended up just taking the things I needed to take to do that, which is taking a breath, taking it all in, and just staying in the moment, as well as taking the support I need, such as taking a medication and staying as happy as possible and not as stressed as possible to just keep my anxiety at bay and just make it go away.
Yeah.
So we really needed that day.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
So it was really just prioritizing yourself above anything else.
Yes, definitely.
Speaking about support, what was your support system like from the start to the end of this competition?
It's actually crazy. When I mean crazy, I wasn't expecting the support I've received from everybody around me, especially at the end when all those birds came flying in. I wasn't aware that it would be that crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I was just overwhelmed with joy. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that my family has stood by me and my friends have stood by me, especially my boyfriend who's been taking me through challenges as well. It's a crazy amount of love and support that I receive from these people, and I am forever grateful for it.
That's amazing. You know, not everyone can say that they have a good support system, and it's always very important for someone, especially as you as a winner. You know, it definitely shows that having a really good support system is one of the key ingredients to success. You know, just having a good circle of people who you can rely on if ever you're feeling down or if ever you're going through a challenge. You know, you can go to them whenever you can.
Especially my mom. I can always go to her whenever it is.
What would you say to your mum, knowing now that you finally finished the competition and heading off to even more exciting adventures?
Well, all I can say to her is thank you 100 times over. Like, there's nothing I could do to make it up to her. Like, because what she's done for me in this competition is just a crazy amount of love and support, and she's been the backbone for me with support.
That's so amazing. That's so sweet. You have such a tight and close relationship with your mom. That's so beautiful.
Abrienne, together with the 2 finalists in the adult category and the teen finalists, had intensive training with Runway Academy on the runway with the business director, lovely Vandal. Abrienne Macari says the training she had was unforgettable. She learned the proper posture and walking on the runway. From day one, she eventually became a very skilled and confident model on the runway, which she gracefully showed on the finals night of Runway Supermodel Australia, wearing the beautiful collections from known clothing brands and fashion designers.
What did you mean about working on the cameras? So what was there?
I just made sure they got the right angles for the outfits. That made sense, making sure to show off like special parts of the outfits. With the black gown for the evening segment, I had a black sequin dress, and I just wanted to make sure that the shape was showing through my walk with swinging my hips and making sure that my body was natural.
That's really good. That's a really nice way to think about it. So with your outfits, your walk kind of changed a tiny bit just to make sure that the outfits looked really good. That's really smart.
Another thing was with the Eco Love dress, I ended up kicking the front of the dresses just to give it that flow with walking.
Oh.
So it has like a breeze.
Oh wow, that's amazing. You really thought about every single detail, didn't you? Now, how did it actually feel? Did you think about that before the day, or did you just on the spot?
When we were getting our dress fittings, I automatically thought of that. We took that into account when picking the dresses. Well, when they started picking the dresses, and then I proved a good fit.
Do you think that's really important for a model to make sure that they can show off the dress over just showing off themselves?
Yes.
And why do you think that?
Well, at the end of the day, your job as a model, essentially speaking, is to be a walking protein. And it's not about the model, it's about the brand and about how you can sell the products. And I think it's a really beautiful idea to be a blank canvas for artists to work on and show off their art.
That's very true. It's so interesting just coming back every time we think completely different, and it's because each artist has their own style, and you come out with, you know, the bread and butter of their work, and you come out looking different all the time, and it's so much fun because it's almost like playing dress ups, just like being really. Now let's actually talk about some of your advice for some inspiring models who might want to be where you are now.
Well, the advice I would say is, well, first of all, believe in yourself. Because you're not going to get anywhere if you don't believe in yourself. How can people believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? That's the way I see it. And I always say just go for it. just take a chance, take the risk. Honestly, going for a career in modeling has more benefits than risks. So I suggest just go for it, chase after your dreams as much as possible, and don't give up on it, no matter what.
That's very true.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for tonight. Get your moisturizing hands together to celebrate our winner for tonight.
The first ever Runway Supermodel
Australia
Australia.
2021, Abrienne Macari!
Congratulations to the first runner-up, Brooke. First runner-up is Brooke.
Alright, speaking about dreams, let's talk about what's next for Abrienne Macari from here on. You know, you have your crown, you have your sash, you're carrying the first ever title of Runway Supermodel Australia. What's next for you?
What's next for me is I will finish off my bachelor degree at JMC, do a fashion course. I'm not sure yet which one it's going to be because it's so far ahead.
Yeah.
I'd probably also like to advocate for bullying and mental health, and just work as much as possible to becoming a better person for the world.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with me on Behind the Lens, and congratulations once again on winning the first title of the Runway Supermodel Australia. And I can't wait to see what more you can do in the future.